It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. It's Friday, election week Friday, so it feels longer than it has been. But a lot of people stayed up late on Tuesday night. You'll be able to catch up this weekend. Hope you've had a good week so far. Either way, it's almost over.
All right, here's a look at the news for the day. The National Weather Service confirmed that 4 tornadoes hit during Monday night's big storms. They were located in Stone County, right near Elsie, in Ozark County, in Wasilla, in Douglas County, in Van Zant, and in Mountain Grove, which is in Wright County. All of those were EF0, so that's good news. There were some trees and buildings damaged, but fortunately no people were hurt. Springfield attorney and Republican state representative Alex Riley will serve as the majority floor leader. He was unopposed in the election earlier this week to earn his seat for the 134th district. He is the first majority floor leader from Springfield in nearly 100 years. So that's really cool. He'll be in charge of setting the legislative calendar and deciding which bills will reach the floor for debate and voting.
Okay, well, good for him. Hey, if you need to get a driver's license and go to a testing station, today is probably not the day. Well, I'm certain that today is not the day. Neither is Monday, for that matter. They're all closed today across the state so that IT crews can work to get their new systems up and running. They're integrating into the Department of Revenue's new driver's license system. So I don't know. It's a process on the back end, but it means the front end ain't working. They'll also be closed on Veterans Day Monday. They will then reopen on Tuesday. So that's if you need to go to a driver's license testing station, I wouldn't do that. We've had some rain and flooding here, no doubt. The story is much the same up north and let's see, that would be east in the Pacific area outside St. Louis. Residents there have been told to evacuate, in fact, as the Merrimack River there is expected to hit flood stage and crest in the next couple of days, probably tomorrow. Expected to rise to 28 feet. Flood stage is 22 feet. So that's going to be a big problem. It happens from time to time there with the Merrimack River. You remember some big floods up there, 93 being the biggest that some of you may recall. I certainly did.
And apparently it hit there in that same area 7 years ago, and it was no good. So that's really concerning. I mean, how just horrific to know that it's coming, because with flooding, I mean, what do? You can't like pick up your whole house, So
flooding is tough, man. Flooding is rough. Water, the power of water. And I've been reminded of that recently out in North Carolina, where, I mean, rivers that are, I don't know if I've explained this here. This is how I explain it whenever I talk to people about what I've seen in North Carolina. But if you picture the Finley River at the mill, right, you can get that in your head. The river there in Swannanoa, the Swannanoa River, where it flooded was normally smaller than the Finley at the mill. And
which is an Ozark, of course.
And it got to be, I mean, by looking at the damage, it got to be almost as wide as the Mississippi in St. Louis, which is unfathomable to think of.
Yeah.
But it just mowed down everything in its path. And that's why nobody expected it. Nobody was ready for it because it had never happened before, literally.
Right.
So it's just a terrible situation. But the power of water is something all its own.
It is. All right. Well, in other news, inside the Gilloy's Theater in Springfield, they have a super cool third floor. We've actually been up there, and it is really neat. Now, 6 nonprofits are moving into their new offices there on the third floor. All of them are tied to the arts. The Southwest Missouri Film Office, Two Black Ravens Foundation, Mosaic Arts Collective, Ozarks Lyric Opera, Missouri Jazz Orchestra, and Sado 48. That's 6. They were all going to be moving there to operate there out of the third floor. Also some great space for collaboration since they are all arts related. So congratulations to all of them and to the Gilloys for getting some new blood in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a super cool idea, and good for the Gilloys to offer that to like-minded organizations that can work together on some stuff. Maybe. Yeah. We also want to say congratulations to Sheila Michaels. If you do not know her, then you may want to. It sounds like we all should. She has been selected for the annual Humanitarian of the Year Award, given out from the Community Foundation of the Ozarks and the Springfield Chamber of Commerce. Big award. She's being honored for her work promoting literacy as director of the Book Bag program. She's also a former school librarian, which makes sense, in Christian County. So congratulations to Sheila, and job well done.
Yes. Also, job very well done to our veterans. We love and appreciate them so much. And if you are a veteran or an active military member for that matter, you can go get a pet this weekend. If you've been wanting a pet, they are free for you this weekend.
Wow.
The Humane Society of Southwest Missouri is honoring the veterans and active military members by giving them free adoptions. Veterans and current service members can adopt one dog or cat age 6 months or older without any adoption fee. That is going on from right now, really over the weekend, the 9th through the 11th. So I guess starts tomorrow, the 9th through the 11th. So head out to the Humane Society.
Yeah,
it is cool. That's cool. I mean, because some of them probably honestly would want a pet. You know, I feel like that might be a popular event happening at the Humane Society.
I think it's a win-win. Everybody's a winner in that.
Yeah. Okay, this is cool. The Springfield Veterans Day Parade is happening tomorrow. Don't forget, it's from 11 to noon. It's free and open to the public, and they will be stepping off at 11 right there in front of the Jordan Valley Ice Park. And then also Carthage is having their first ever Veterans Day Parade. In Carthage, it's from 2 to 3. They will have different things like the award handed out for best band performance, best marching band, most patriotic entry. So head out to Carthage at 2:00. Should be a great time.
Okay, very good.
All
Always great to honor our veterans and take the kids to honor the veterans and teach them a little something about our heritage and how we have our freedom.
And we want to say congratulations to one more person. We have our winner for the Around the Ozarks contest, the Branson Bowl.
Yeah.
And it is this week. Are you ready, E?
I'm ready.
Sue from Republic.
All right.
Sue from Republic, you won tickets to the November 29th ball game happening at Arrowhead Stadium when the Chiefs take on the Raiders. And that should be a great time. So we will get your tickets to you, Sue. We will be in contact. Thanks for playing. Congratulations to you. And Around the Ozarks team will be in contact. Get those tickets to you, as well as some Branson official vacation destination of the Kansas City Chiefs custom gear.
Yeah, it's good
stuff.
So you
get both of those things.
Very exciting. And for everybody who didn't win this time around, you have another chance next week. All you have to do is go to Around the Ozarks. Make sure you watch or listen to Around the Ozarks news. We will give you a keyword next week. You then plug in that keyword at aroundtheozarks.com, and you too, just like Sue, could be a winner.
That's right. That's right. We will see you, I guess, Tuesday. Are we off Monday? I don't even know. We might see you Monday. We might
Monday
see
or
you
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Monday
Somebody
or Tuesday.
Tune in and we'll see what our boss thinks about the holiday. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But either way, if we don't see you, we hope you have a great Veterans Day on Monday and a really happy weekend.
Absolutely. We will we'll see you early next week.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. We are talking about temperatures this morning in the 40s. It is not a bad day out there across the region. We've got numbers that are going to top out in the 60s, and we stay rain-free through through the daylight hours. More rain is on the way, which is very unwelcome news for those of you still dealing with flooding. Unbelievable river flooding happening across the Ozarks and some of our eastern counties from rain that came through earlier this week. And now more rain is on the way. So that's the big headline for you. The rain arrives after dark tonight, and I think there's a good chance for rain overnight tonight into the early morning hours of Saturday, perhaps even lasting through Saturday afternoon. So here's what you need to know. Overall, it's going to be a mild day in the Ozarks with temperatures in the mid 60s. Jacket weather, long sleeve weather. If you're dressing the kids this morning, you might want to add an extra layer, the thicker coat, or a hat and gloves with temperatures in the middle 40s. We're still not close to the freezing point, but the warmer weather is on the way. I'm expecting the widespread showers and thunderstorms and the heavy rain across the country today to stay well back to our southwest. This is going to be places like southern Kansas, most of central Oklahoma, all the way down into the Dallas, Texas area. That's where the heavy rain and thunderstorm activity is through the daylight hours. It's that system that's moving our direction and will get here after dark tonight, lasting through early Saturday. If you're trying to make your weekend plans, Sunday is the dry day. Saturday looks pretty rainy out there, especially early in the day, lasting through the early afternoon, as I mentioned. Rainfall amounts with the round coming through late tonight to early tomorrow. For most in the Ozarks, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch. That could still be too much, especially in some of our eastern counties and places that are still waterlogged from the rain that came through just a few days ago. But I think out in our western counties along I-49, places west of Highway 65, there could be isolated spots that get 1.5 inches of rain. So a good substantial rainfall in the rain gauge again. Highest chance for rain comes early on Saturday morning, and then the radar will start to clear from west to east as we head through the afternoon hours. I do have a dry day for us on Sunday. We'll stay dry Monday and probably most of the day on Tuesday of next week, but models are starting to signal that there's another chance for rain next week, likely arriving Tuesday night into early Wednesday. So November proving to be quite active across the region. When we get a detailed look at the extended forecast, here's what it's looking like. High temperature today of 63 degrees with some sunshine in the forecast. Rain and storms arrive overnight tonight. Now, I'm not expecting severe weather, but there could be a few issues with flooding, especially after some of the potential problems that we had in the Ozarks earlier this week. It will rain most of the day on Saturday, especially in the morning, and then we'll see the skies dry out by late in the afternoon. Temperatures will then get back into the 60s. I'm expecting more sunshine on Sunday. And for those of you that are looking forward to a long weekend because of Veterans Day on Monday, good news for you there. Sunshine, 65, looks like a great day to get out and enjoy. Around the country, what's happening is heavy snowfall that impacted portions of central and southern Rockies and the nearby high plains. We also have Hurricane Rafael down in the Gulf continuing to bring tropical storm conditions for the Florida Keys. And of course, we're still keeping a close eye on that critical fire danger out in Southern California. That may be a headline this weekend if wildfires break out for our friends on the West Coast. All right, here's a look at your Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question on this Friday. In which sports are the terms stale fish and mule kick used? Do you think it is A, surfing, B, climbing, C, skateboarding, or D, snowboarding? Well, if you are a fan of the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and you watched D, snowboarding, you may have heard these tricks called out. A stale fish and a mule kick. A mule kick, by the way, pretty much looks like what you would expect. A stale fish, you got to Google that one to see what that trick is. I'm not even sure how to describe it. It's pretty incredible, and snowboarders are pretty incredible. I could not have my feet tied to the same thing and go barefoot down a mountain. But congrats if D, snowboarding was your guess. Here's the question that I'll have for you next week. What state held the first Veterans Day celebration? Where do you think that happened? Do you think it was A, in Arkansas, B, Alabama, C, New York, or D, Virginia? You can head on over to the website to submit your guess. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I'm meteorologist Abby Dyer, and thanks to our sponsors, Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll chat again next week.